Good afternoon. This is Brett Hayworth for Siouxland Public Media News. The South Dakota legislature wrapped up the 2025 session on Thursday after finishing up key details, including how much state employees are paid. Throughout the session, legislators called it a lean budget year and said next year could be too. They approved a 1.25% wage increase for what's called the Big Three. That's state employee salaries, education, and community service providers. That amount is less than half the rate of inflation. The budget for 2025-26 of $7.3 billion will start on July 1st, assuming it is approved by Governor Larry Roden. Some expect sales tax collections to come in even lower than the Appropriations Committee forecasts. Lawmakers are also keeping an eye on any funding cuts made by the federal government. Democratic Representative Eric Muckey said lawmakers cut or reduce some services such as food stamps and Medicaid. Republican Representative Mike Derby said some budget cuts were essential to restore increased oversight and government accountability. Additionally, the leader of the Iowa Senate Democrats is calling on Republicans to pass their annual school funding bill nearly a month past the deadline. Republicans control both chambers, and their leaders in the Senate want the increase for public schools to be 2%, while House leaders want it to be 2.25%. Senate Majority Leader Janice Weiner said the proposed increase is not enough and that the delay will make it difficult for schools to meet upcoming deadlines for submitting their budgets and renewing teacher contracts. Republican House Majority Leader Pat Grassley said Republicans in the chamber feel very strongly about their school funding package and said how fast it advances depends on the willingness of other parties to negotiate. The Iowa legislature has to decide on school funding for the next school year within 30 days of the governor releasing their budget proposal, which came out in mid-January. Also in Iowa, a top state official said all state agencies have put a pause on creating new positions until further notice while new hiring protocols are put in place. Iowa Department of Health and Human Services employees received an email this week from Director Kelly Garcia, which said requests for new positions must be submitted to her and the Finance Department for review and to include a, quote, robust and in-depth justification for consideration. Officials said the change does not affect any hiring to fill existing positions or new positions that have already been posted. For Siouxland Public Media News, I'm Brett Hayworth.